When can he safely retire? This individual is 59 years old. He's able to save 456,000. He can save $400 a month, and his expected expenses are 4,800. Folks, what we do on this channel is set up spreadsheets and run numbers for people. Our channel is called $1 Million Made Easy. Again, he's 59 years old. Let's plug in his numbers. He has 456,000 saved up. He can save $400 a month. He's getting $2,450 from Social Security at age 67 if he takes it then. His expected expenses are 4,800. Okay, we've got the numbers set up here now. Now, I want you to know that we use the returns for the last 100 years, actual returns for the S&P 500, and we project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. Obviously, they won't be identical, but we like to include the depression years that kind of give you a worst case scenario. So here's what the numbers look like from age 59 to 67. In the worst case scenario of what's happened in the last 100 years, right here, he'd have 393,000 in his nest egg when he starts having to withdraw. How much is he going to have to withdraw? Well, if this $4,800 in expenses is going to grow, we're going to grow it at an inflation rate of 3%. So he's going to need $6,080 to have the same buying power as he's expecting right now. Social Security, this $2,450 also grows. So grows at a certain COLA. This year it was 2.5%. If we project ahead what that'll be in 8 years, that'd be $2,985. And since he's taken at age 67, the first numbers we're running here, he's going to get 100% of that. So given all those numbers, he's going to need $3,095 from his nest egg 8 years from now. And if he has this $393,000, which is the worst case scenario in the last 100 years, and notice it's in the year 2001. What happened for 8 years? Look at this, folks. It was down 4 out of those 8 years, and look at it. Went down 37%. So that's the worst case scenario in the last 100 years. He'd have 393,000. Again, these are all approximations. That's when he starts taking 3,095 a month out. And if he did that scenario, you can see down here, he'd be out of money in 13 years. But that's the worst case scenario. Every other of these scenarios, this is the worst 5 in the last 100 years. This is the worst 10 in the last 100 years. Your money's not going to run out. That's what this over 40 years means. Your money is not going to run out. Or unless you're really worried about an exact repeat of what happened in the year 2000, looks like you're going to be able to easily retire at age 67. What happens if you want to retire at age 66? These numbers are going to change. These other numbers we're going to look at, the worst 5 times in the last 100 years, the worst 10 times, the worst 15. This is actually median. In fact, going across here, you're going to see what the numbers are for the worst 5 times in the last 100 years. You'd have 541,000. Worst 10 times, you'd have 604,000. So you're going to have at least this kind of a range from 393,000. The median, you'd have 1.107. Again, we're using the numbers for the last 100 years. Look at the median for the last 100 years. You'd have 3 times what you had in this worst case scenario of 2001. What happens if we retire? He wants to see at age 66. Still lasting over 40 years. Of course, this one's going to get worse and worse because that's the worst case scenario because you're retiring earlier. You're having less time for your money to accumulate. Well, let's look at age 65. Now, 5 times in the last 100 years, your money would last 28 years or less. Again, this is kind of the one I like to look at. 90% of the time, you'd have this kind of money left. Right now, retiring at age 65, your money will not run out. How about age 64? Now your money's going to run out. Well, not too bad. Age 54. The worst 15 times your money would not run out. Let's go to age 63. Now you're starting to see 10 times out of the last 100 years, your money would last 21 years or less. But again, worst 15 times, your money would last 49 years. It wouldn't be running out of money. The median is still 40 years. What about age 62? Okay, now we're getting really down there. The worst case scenario, you're running out of money in 6 years, the worst 5, 11 years, and so on. Probably wouldn't really be comfortable. But again, you have to really monitor what's happening those first few years when you retire. The median, if you happen to have the median in the last 100 years, your money would still not be running out, retiring at age 62. But again, age 65 is when you start taking Medicare. So that would definitely You will not run out of money if you wait until age 65, given these numbers. But folks, that's what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers. Again, we wanted to see when he could safely retire, and we saw that most of the time he'd be just fine if he retired at age 65. But folks, what we do on this channel is set up spreadsheets to answer questions like this. We look at all kinds of different financial concepts that you really need to cover. We set up all kinds of different spreadsheets to run different numbers. This one we're just looking at when he could possibly retire. But please check out some of the other videos. Find out what the risk of sequence of returns is for your retirement. And we'll just run all kinds of different numbers, set up all kinds of different spreadsheets. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Please like the video. Share this with others. And thanks so much for watching.